Tommy pulled in. I ain't seen him in a while. I told my baby to hold on, put in verse, because I finna smash. He said, hold it, that's me, man. You see, that's how slave work. But me and him stood there for a while. I said, man, I ain't finna mend nothing. Mend nothing. But look, can we get this here together, man? Hey, I love all of y'all. Say, look at this here. Say you don't like this here. Can Satan see us, y'all? Baby, you make sure you get them on mine. But I'm gonna tell y'all something. I showed these two Barry and Tommy. After Barry squashed, Satan always putting somebody next door to me. A white woman getting on my thing, said, yeah, that's why you got knocked out, running your mouth. Then she had nerve to talk about my daughters is too big for their age, but she 400 and something pounds. You see what I'm doing? She seen me on Father's Day take my daddy outside. And she said, you should be worried about your dad. My daddy, 92 years old. Thank God. He can walk up and down the street. You got to get 8 and assist, but I'm still pray for you. But this is power, y'all. Let me go on here and say a few words, because I talk too much, man. I love y'all. But I wanted to get that out of the way because I know. I'm going to tell y'all something. This is history. Can y'all hear me? Because I don't even know. I think I talked to my daughter and I said I don't even need a mic. Let me tell you something. This is history today. Even though it's a small, like Tommy said, Jesus didn't have but 12 disciples. And some Barry said, let me tell you why God allowed it to work. See, when we was leaving the Hilton, the people said, why are you leaving out, Mr. Ivy, so early? I wanted to get back to the highway. You know, everybody take care of anybody that got dementia. Me and my daddy, he always talking about the MPs gonna whoop my behind and all this. But we left out about 5 or something in the morning. We supposed to have left out at 11. If we'd have left out at 11, guess what? This wouldn't have happened. God made us leave out that time. You see what I'm saying? And then when we got down here, Satan tried to do something else again today. Tommy said, wait a minute. He said, Tommy told me after we got everything swapped, Tommy said, I wish I had that energy you got. You see what I'm saying? But let me tell y'all something, man. I know Satan want me dead. He don't want them girls, because y'all, anybody know my girls? They a new generation too. But I'm going to tell y'all, there's something that's happening in this town. They got a chance to see it. We got perpetrators. You see what I'm saying? Perpetrators. I've been living where I've been living all this time. You see what I'm saying? And this girl been using phony names on my page. And somebody got tired of it because I ain't on Facebook. And they ain't even my daughter in Chicago's Facebook friend. But they said, I'm tired of your daddy. They got this thinking your daddy, they thinking these is the black individuals doing this. They sent the picture of it. I got my babies, they good with them computers. I got my computer, put a picture on there, and showed who she was. You see what I'm saying? She used it, Sarah Ann, on my YouTube channel. And then she, on the YouTube channel, she could use Sarah Ann Cole. How many codes are C-O-A-L-E? John Cole. No, she used John Cole on that. Then somebody showed me her Facebook. Her Facebook was Sarah Ann Cole. You see what I'm saying? And it study started less, but she told me today, right before this meeting, won't you come to my house and say something? Yeah, so you can get the individual to lock me up. But y'all, it's a big issue in this town. And it's called racism. I've been living down there 24 years. And let me tell you something. Right now, the Family Dollar, me and my youngest daughter, my 13-year-old, the Department of Human Rights, the Missouri Department of Human Rights, have charges against them now. My 13-year-old daughter went in there to get something to eat, her and my 15-year-old daughter. I got the paperwork. I'm going to get an attorney, but money like that, I wouldn't mind investing into the NAACP. I wouldn't mind investing to y'all churches. But you know, when they discriminate against one of us, we need to protest them. I protest against them on my YouTube channel to the point that the Human Rights Commission picked it up. My 13-year-old daughter went in there and the female asked, is that a wig on your head?
And she said, no, ma'am. Media was just talking to you. They still addressed, no, ma'am. Then she said, well, you know you don't supposed to be in here? She said, well, no, what reason? She said, you and your mother been in here today stealing, and y'all been in here stealing all the time. Anybody know I divorced their mother in 2008. Their mother was living in Chicago. A month after she accused my daughter of that, my daughter's mother died. So that was hurting her. You see what I'm saying? My 14-year-old asked her, that's my little lawyer, and my little renegade, I got to keep her down. She asked her, she said, go get the picture of my daughter, my little sister that you said she was stealing. She's supposed to have been going back there to get it, didn't get it. Now let me show you how the prejudice come in. This was February the 13th of 2020. This same white female on October 23rd, 2019, me and a black guy was standing there waiting to get waited on. She go behind the camera, got her phone, the thing showing, the camera showing. She just playing with her phone for about 3-4 minutes. Jerry that owns McLean's came in there, asked her, do you have any floodlights? You know what she did? Stopped playing with her phone, went to the back. And anybody know me, my middle name is Law, so some people say they don't even want to bump into me. I done won 2 in the Cape Federal Court and 1 in the St. Louis Federal Court. But let me tell you what she did. He came, he went back out. They must have had no floodlights. Then she never appeared back. I made a complaint. They did nothing. They did nothing about this. So I took it to the human rights. That's the first step. You see what I'm saying? That's not the only thing. Another thing I want y'all to do when you sit back and think, let's ask some agency like down in Ferguson to look at the records of the police department from 2000 to this time up. I have plenty of documents to show the way they did me and my family, but it's other families that have been falsely accused. The same with the Charleston R1 school district. When it's opened back up, people is not finna, I talk to people, they finna homeschool their children. Some of them getting bullied and ain't nothing happening. It ain't just me. See, the police and the perpetrators that make you think it's me, because I take a radical move on it, But I don't mean to, y'all. But when you see it so much, if anybody knows about plumbing, so much water get in a pipe and it don't have nowhere to go, what is it gonna do? It's gonna eventually burst. But think about them things I'm saying. That police department, that court is 5,947 people here. 51% is black. 1 black sergeant. They get $800,000 to rebuild the police department. Ain't even a jail cell in there. The chief, the captain, brand new vehicles. What do they do to the only black on there? Hand him down one of their used vehicles. To show you how racist it is. When they had a fire yesterday, right down the street from me, I was criticizing them because of the way they was just taking their time putting this stuff on. Somebody got on my page, and I showed it to Tommy and Barry. Now tell me this ain't racist. Because I told black folks, get your water hoses out, because some of our things is burning down the way they do it. Took 20 minutes before they knocked on the door to see if anybody there. But here's a person put on this thing, said, what was Percy? I didn't see him. What do that tell you? Percy the only black. What do Percy got to do with y'all out here fighting the fight? If you got the chief that said he's the chief and commander of the fire department, in the police department, you got a new firehouse, you got a new rebuilt police station, you got new fire trucks, but you can't put out a fire. I'm gonna leave y'all alone. But it's deep racism in here. It's deep racism in here. And I got paperwork to show it. If we can get somebody to do just like Ferguson, you know what they call it? Pattern of practice. I know the law. Pattern of practice. I sit in that courtroom a lot. Elder Betts, Elder Cassell, y'all, I sit in there a lot. And I see racism. How could, here it is, a guy be charged with rape, white, you see what I'm saying? And get a pat on the back. I get charged with sexual misconduct, which I know I didn't do it, it's a misdemeanor. You put me in your jail for 5 months and make me register on the sexual offender list for 19 years until Doug Dolan said, this man shouldn't be on here. You see what I'm saying? It took 19 years. I couldn't move nowhere. You know how my children felt? But they know I'm not a rapist. Anybody know? But I'm going to leave that alone. I wanted to touch on that. We need to address this racism, y'all. I apologize for taking too long, man.
I agree. I really enjoy Barry's energy. Everybody needs an energizer like him. So let me just say this. I know that racism, and I know, but we're not here for that right now. We're here to build up ourselves. Because if we come together, we are so powerful as a people. As a people, that it doesn't make a difference what they do to us. If we as a people will stand together. Think about it. And I didn't really want to come behind with it, but I think I need to say it. When Moses was born, who was a black man, they feared black people because black people were becoming productive, they were becoming powerful, and they was growing. So you know what they did? They said, let's kill all the baby boys, 2 and under, because we got to stop this empowerment movement that's about to start. Guess what? They still live. Stop. Then when Jesus was born, they did the same thing. Let's kill all these little black babies, 2 years and under. But guess what? They couldn't stop it. So we know it's racism. We know that. I say it all the time. I don't even want to drive back roads to Bertrand. I want to get on the highway so it can be a light. But I don't know if I'll pull over if they stop me on those back roads. I think I'll keep going until I get to some daylight. But right now, I'm just concerned about us. Because at the end of the day, more of us are killing more of us than they are killing us. I'm going to black people funerals every week, and it's black on black crimes. They can never gonna love us if we don't love ourselves. So this is about us coming together. But I need Raymond, because you know what? If he get on our same agenda and we get him to argue our points, y'all gonna make me go to church. Because he gonna argue our point. And he felt like he been mistreated real bad. And we sorry you been mistreated like that. But we gonna do something about it. That's bad.
Maybe you want to say something?
Just we're gonna be real brief. Like, we all know what the problems are here, we know this. But we gotta have a solution. And I spoke on this like a couple months ago. In order for us to change our current condition, we have to have money. You gotta have money, you gotta have, you know what I'm saying, you gotta own stuff. So I mean, and people thought my plan was far-fetched, but now I really don't feel like that's the case. And I'm gonna break the numbers down too. If we had 10,000 people donate $50 a month, we talk $50 a month. 10,000 people donate $50 a month. That comes out to $500,000 a month. 12 million in 2 years. So we talking 2 years. We're not talking 20 years, 25, 30 years. We're talking 2 years. So in 5 years, you can see the changes taking place. The first month will be groundbreaking, you know what I'm saying, with a new facility of some sort that'll bring jobs and stability back into the community. With job stability, you have economic empowerment, and you have rebirth, the sort of financial rebirth that it gives, make you feel important. Nowadays, you have people not feeling important because how can you feel important as a mother when you don't have the support as a father and your kids are struggling? So with $50 a month, 10,000 people is not a lot of people between here, Sykeston, Cape Girardeau. Because at one point when, like I say, Brown Shoes opened, they drove from all over Cairo, Sykeston, here to come work at Brown Shoes. So $50